Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Liar Game, a Japanese television series that ran for 2 seasons, from 2007 to 2010, has a total of 20 episodes, and the runtimes range from 35 to 60 minutes each in most cases. There was one episode that was over 2 hours long, and there's also a movie called Liar Game: The Final Stage, which was released in 2010 to finish off the storyline. Now, this show stars Erika Toda and Shota Matsuda, and it represents one of my personal favorite J-dramas. Now, describing the plot of this series is a little bit difficult, so just stay with me for a minute. Our main protagonist is Now, played by Erika Toda, and this girl Now is coerced into playing a liar game, which will result in huge cash prizes if you win, or huge liabilities to a mysterious underground organization if you lose. So this is a problem for this particular girl because she is very pure-hearted and a terrible liar. So she recruits a very smart swindler, played by Shota Matsuda, to help her win the liar game. So what is a liar game exactly, right? If you've seen the Chinese film Animal World from, I think, last year, you will have an idea. These games frequently involve many contestants in one location, and in order to win these games, you need a very good knowledge of mathematics, probability, and you must also be good at lying and manipulating people to gain an advantage over them. So let's just take a very quick example here, just to give you an idea. So at one point in the show, the liar game, okay, and there's many different kinds. There's one liar game called minority voting. So the way it works is that each contestant secretly votes yes or no. They put a ballot in. It doesn't matter what the question they're posing is. You either vote yes or no. When all the votes are tallied, the contestants who voted in the minority answer will move on to round 2. Okay, so let's say 12 people voted yes, 8 people voted no. Well, then the 12 people who voted yes would get eliminated. Then the 8 people who voted no, because that was the minority choice, will move on, and then they go do it over again, and you repeat the process until there's 1 or 2 winners left. So think about this game for a minute, right? It seems like a game of chance. I mean, you're just picking yes or no. I mean, how could you guarantee a victory? But it's actually not about chance at all in this case. There's actually a way to guarantee your victory. Okay? If you know the mathematics behind it, how many people are playing, yada, 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 the probabilities, etc., and you successfully use it to manipulate people to do what you need them to do. So it's, to be honest, I have trouble believing that one guy wrote the manga that inspired the show. I mean, I could only find one guy's name behind it. And the reason for this is that there are some incredibly complex strategies involving mathematics that are used by the characters in this show. In fact, that's the main reason that you watch this. What I described to you is the main reason to watch this. Liar Game is essentially a fast-paced, exciting brain teaser of a show that will blow your mind when the solutions to these games are revealed. There are times in this show where I was just shaking my head in disbelief at the genius that was on display. Like, who thinks of this? You know, I find it incredibly interesting to be presented with a game that seems random and based on chance, but upon greater inspection can be controlled and manipulated with proper knowledge. Like that concept is just fascinating to me, and that's what this show revolves around. There are plenty of great twists to enjoy in this as well. This is good stuff. Now, there's a bunch of different games that are played by the characters. There's a restructuring game that they explain to you, a contraband game where you're trying to smuggle stuff in using like probability and math, Russian roulette using a 24-barrel gun. You know, not a real gun in the show. You know, it's just a game in the show's world, but still. 17-card poker, all this weird stuff that you've probably never heard of before. And they explain the games to all the contestants, and then there's a way to play it and a way to manipulate people to guarantee victory in every game, and I thought that was really cool stuff. Really cool. They really mix it up with the games, too, so it doesn't get monotonous. The actors give very fun performances. Erika Toda, perfectly cast. She's very good at being wholesome and innocent. You know what I mean? So she's believable in this. Shota Matsuda is like very cool and calm. You know, he's like the genius guy. Really fun watching him like outsmart people in a very level-headed manner. Kozuke Suzuki is pretty funny as the selfish backstabber contestant who taunts contestants after he defeats them. It's pretty, his reactions to stuff pretty funny. And then Rinko Kikuchi is the main antagonist for season 2, which is neat to see. As an added bonus, the dance music's pretty catchy, and there are quite a few funny moments to enjoy. Now, I could probably end my review right now, but there are a few more things that I want you to know before going into this, okay? Some of the winning strategies are not entirely realistic. Now, some of these diabolical plans require secret conversations to occur between the contestants, because the script basically gets around this problem because when you're playing the games, there's a huge, game area. And it gives you, we'll give you an hour before the next level of the game so you can talk with people and form strategies, right? And some of these diabolical plans get a little bit unrealistic in terms of what was required, in terms of convincing people to do certain things, without being noticed by the other contestants. So you will have to suspend your disbelief a little bit at times for this show. The same is true regarding the existence of this secret organization that is able to avoid authorities all the time. So there's that too. The mathematics, though, is pretty cool. And you don't even need to be a fan of math. I mean, sometimes this film will lose you a little bit in the details of the math, but you get the gist of what they're doing, and it's really interesting. How they'd be like, hey, you think this game's chance, but think about it. If you do this, this, and this, your chances of winning greatly increase. You know what I mean? So it's good stuff. But you will have to suspend your disbelief, too. The other thing I want to point out is that the lead protagonist, Erika Toda's character, is very gullible. Okay? And that will annoy you a little bit during the first season. Because it's like, sweetie, stop, trusting people. Stop acting like a goody two-shoes here. This is a game where if you lose, you're in significant amounts of debt. You gotta man up and take these contestants out. Take your opponents out and win. You know what I mean? But when it gets into season 2, you start to understand her I guess, outlook on life. And you start to, it's kind of this show is kind of like a jackhammer to cynicism. If you're a cynical person who's like, humanity sucks, you know what I mean? This show kind of is a gateway to kind of put a mirror up to your face and be like, maybe you shouldn't be so cynical, you know what I mean? So I like that. This show, so the main character really serves an important purpose and is really what the show revolves around outside of the games, to give you that character depth. And, when all is said and done, I did really like her character. Even at first, you're just like, sweetie, come on. You know what I mean? So that's there too. So overall, I mean, again, Liar Game is one of those shows I could talk about forever. This is just, it's fantastic stuff. If you like puzzle solving type stuff and like brain teasers, fast paced stuff, this is right up your alley. I highly recommend this. It's currently on Crunchyroll with English subtitles. I think all 20 episodes are up there. And then the Liar Game final stage movie that you really have to watch to finish it off is still available on DVD and Blu-ray, and you could probably find it online as well. So, Liar Game, people, it holds up. I'll see you next time.